Hello people, Stephen Rogers Lim here. Thank you so much for once again joining me at my channel and video. So today I will be doing a review video of this 1/6 scale toy figure by Hot Toys, Jango Fett. Of course, this is from the movie Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. So once again, I am able to do this video under natural sunlight in the day. So I hope this will be a much better viewing experience for everyone to enjoy this video. So I think first impression, you can see this is a beautiful Mandalorian figure of Jango Fett. That distinct helmet and the body armor and all, so this is definitely a beautiful must-have figure. So let me get down to this figure in greater details together with all its accessories, its parts, and of course the figure stand itself and head sculpt. Alright, now, so probably let me talk about the accessories found in this, together with this figure first. Maybe let me talk about the accessories here. So this is the blue poncho. I would say just an average nice piece of cloth here if you want to use this, but most likely I will just display Jango Fett as he is without a poncho. So this is called the communicator. Of course, he was seen wearing this when he was on his ship, otherwise known as the Slave 2. So he was seen wearing this together with, when he was with the younger boy or younger version of Boba Fett. Pardon me there, so it is actually the Slave 1, otherwise known as the Fire Spray 31 class patrol and attack craft. So this is the communicator set. Now on to the rest of the accessories found together with this figure. Now I really want to talk about the head sculpt. I think the head sculpt is beautiful, is excellent, is that of the actor Temuera Morrison. I think Hot Toys did an excellent job there once again with the figure's head sculpt. So my problem with this head sculpt is he looks really young here. After all, he's supposed to be young compared to the clones, because clones age much faster compared to the original host. So I thought I could use this figure for some of my clone troopers, but looking at it, I think not. Somehow or rather, he doesn't really look that much of a clone trooper to me, really that of Jango Fett, or maybe I'm just nitpicking. Definitely they look similar or the same, it's the same actor. So it really boils down to personal preference whether we want to use this head sculpt for just Jango Fett or clone troopers. I think I'll just stick to Jango Fett himself. Beautiful head sculpt there nonetheless. Eyes, nose, mouth, everything's perfect. Eyebrows, the hair. So next, probably let me talk about the jetpacks. Now if you look at this, right, there's this, they call it so-called the additional jetpack here, the yellow version, blue, with a bit of red and white. Actually, it's not exactly yellow, but probably light orange. So this is the additional that was included in this figure. I thought it was quite nice. Okay, good quality and details there, definitely beautiful jetpack if you ask me. So this is so-called the original that was featured in the movie, if I'm not wrong. Same thing, durable, quite light, so I don't think it will fall off from the figure easily. So it works on magnetic or magnets. So there's a hook here, actually you can hook onto the figure itself. For here, let me show it to everyone. So on top of the magnets that are used here, you can also hook onto Jango Fett himself over here, the jetpacks, for extra security to make sure that the jetpacks don't fall off. Alright everyone, I wanted to make a correction and clarification here. Actually, both jetpacks were used by Jango Fett, of course, in Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones. So this jetpack was, on the left, was first used by him when he was on Kamino battling Obi-Wan Kenobi. So when he was battling Obi-Wan, of course the missile was used, but it missed Obi-Wan. But as they battled along, if you watch the movie or if you remember, in the end the jetpack was destroyed as Jango was fighting Obi-Wan. So there was a second jetpack here. The one on the right was used during the Battle of Geonosis. If you remember, of course, he fought Mace Windu over there during the battle, and he was with Count Dooku. So both jetpacks were actually used, both the left and the one on the right. So pardon me there if I kept thinking that only the one on the right was used, because if you look carefully at the scene in Kamino, it's basically a water planet. It's cloudy, it's dark. So it looked as though the jetpack was this color, but it was actually this color combination if you look carefully. So pardon me there, both jetpacks were actually used by Jango in Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones. Next, let's look at probably the wrist or hands first. So there's 4 extra hands on top of the 2 that are already here. And then there is this flame effect. So this is for the bottom of the jetpack. Let me show it to everyone like this. So nice effects there, nice accessories there. So I just want to highlight to everyone, it's a bit sharp here, so you've got to be careful when you're handling the flame effect or the thruster effect here. So for this, right, the one I'm talking about here, this is actually for the missile. Let me focus it here. So what you can do is you can actually, let me show it to everyone, you can actually remove this part here. Okay, remove this part here. I just did. So the bigger the bigger flame effect at the bottom, the smaller one on top. So I mean, this all in the instructions actually, but I just wanted to show everyone how it looks like. So there you go, this is how it looks like. Beautiful effect there. Then of course we have the, now this is a bit puzzling, I must mention. Okay, so this, we have the 2 famous blasters here of Jango Fett. Then we also have this, I don't know if you remember or recall, this is quite a famous accessory. Jango Fett was actually battling Obi-Wan Kenobi on Kamino itself, and he hooked himself using this to prevent himself from falling off into the water. So it's a great battling scene between Jango Fett and Obi-Wan Kenobi. So they call this the anti-security blade. Very nice accessory there, definitely. from what I can remember from the movie, so it's very movie accurate. And then there is this accessory here, they call it the fiber cord whip with hook. I think it's a very characteristic weapon or accessory for the Mandalorian. So over here I have 3 accessories. I don't exactly recall them being used in the movie, but I just really wanted to show this to everyone. So the instructions doesn't say much about these 3 accessories, but if you look up the accessories list from whether it's the Hot Toys webpage or Facebook pictures, so they actually call this the tube-shaped container. This is the lock beaker, and this is the field security overloader. So just some nice accessories here, depending on how you want to pose Jango himself. So that's that. Then of course there is the extra hand packs here, as always provided by Hot Toys. And then this interchangeable piece of the helmet. So I think this is there is a dent here compared to the original helmet. So the helmet itself doesn't have a dent. Let me show it to everyone here. So just probably an alternative if you wanted a so-called slightly dented or battle damaged Jango Fett helmet. So now before I move on to the figure itself, so I just wanted to show everyone. So this is a dynamic stand, Jango Fett. So of course Jango Fett with his jetpack, he's able to fly, hence the provision of a dynamic stand. So this is the Jango Fett stand, and then of course this comes with the clamp. So you're supposed to unscrew this and slot this in, then the clamp onto the figure. But like I mentioned before in many of my videos, try not to clamp the figure. So this is for the waist, right? If you clamp onto the waist of the figure, it will damage the figure itself, even though this is so-called cushion or with a sponge over here. So we try not to do that. So I try to rest the figure itself just like this, displayed, or you can get an underground grabber hook kind of stand for the figure itself, so that it will be more balanced and you can display the figure properly. So alright, now definitely last but not least, onto the figure itself. So I think one really iconic display method is of course Jango with his blaster pistols or small blaster guns. I think it would be blaster pistols, right? So it fits nicely, definitely the iconic Jango Fett pose or position that I want. Alright, so as I was saying, this is the Jango Fett figure. Alright, an all-around look for everyone. So this is the helmet, the very famous, well-known Mandalorian type of helmet. So I think you can take an all-around look. This figure is beautiful with its details. Definitely true and accurate to that of the movie. So I mean, I really love this figure because I love Mandalorians. But somehow or rather, I just think that Jango Fett is not as popular as Boba Fett, definitely. But nonetheless, this is his father. If you're a Boba Fett collector or fan, I think you should definitely display it together with his father. These two Mandalorians go beautiful together. Alright, beautiful, excellent Mandalorian figure there, if you ask me. Jango Fett. Of course, there are some leather or platter parts here. I don't think you can remove or take out the flaps. So as always, I mentioned that platter is a mixture of plastic and leather. I just hope that all these platter parts last for as long as possible, as long as it can. Especially in hot and wet Singapore. Hot and wet throughout the year, humid throughout the year. So definitely a challenge for Singaporean collectors like myself. Otherwise, I think this figure will be able to last for a long time, I hope. Alright people, I have come to the end of this review of this figure video. 16 Hot Toys figure of Jango Fett from the Star Wars movie Episode 2 Attack of the Clones. So just a few final words there. I think this is definitely a beautiful figure, especially if you are a Star Wars fan, a Mandalorian fan. I think definitely this figure will go well being displayed and posed with other Mandalorian figures, whether it is Boba Fett or Din Djarin himself or Koskar Reeves, X-Wolves, Bo-Katan, Kreese, etc. So I think this figure will go well definitely with so many of the Mandalorian figures, and then of course with other characters like so-called his boss or his master Count Dooku, or with some droids, so whether it's the battle droids or being displayed together with some super battle droids. So I mean, if you ask me, if you are a Jango Fett fan, or whether you are a Star Wars or Mandalorian or even Boba Fett fan, I think this figure is definitely a must-have. Or even if you are Star Wars Bounty Hunter fans. So I think there are many reasons to get and collect this excellent, beautiful figure. Many different ways you can pose and display this character, this figure with. Now, I'm not quite sure what are the resale prices now on the secondary market, whether if this figure is pre-owned or brand new. But I thought this is definitely an iconic figure, a must-have, because after all, he is Jango Fett, so-called the most fearsome and best bounty hunter in the Star Wars galaxy of his time at least. And he is after all the father of Boba Fett. So I mean, personally myself, I'm a Star Wars fan, but of course it's really up to personal preference whether you like this figure or not. But I really love this. I'm really digging into this figure. So my next video would of course be a comparison video for this figure. Alright, enough said. This has been Steven Rogers Slim here. Take care, goodbye, and as always, don't stop collecting, people. See you, take care, thank you for joining me, bye bye. Alright people, I just want to introduce you to my Instagram account, Stephen Rogers Lim, so you could follow my account for many of the beautiful photos and images of 1/6 scale figures and accessories, or even 1/4 scale figures. So I hope you could follow my Instagram account, Stephen Rogers Lim. I have also created a Facebook group called 1/6 Community OSC. So I'd like to ask and invite everyone to join this Facebook group, this great platform, forum-like discussion together with thousands and thousands of other members who are collectors and fans of 1/6 scale hot toys collecting. So we talk about 1/6 scale, 1/4 scale, and the related as well. So the discussion here is rich. Great ideas here that is exchanged between collectors and fans. Great knowledge, photos, memes, images that are exchanged in this platform. So I'd like to ask and invite everyone to join my Facebook group OSC to get the latest news and updates about 1/6 scale collecting as well. Latest news and updates. So I hope to see everyone on Instagram and on Facebook as well. This has been Stephen Rogers Lim. People, don't stop collecting.